Yo, what the fuck is going down, everybody? It's your boy, the Sauceman X, checking back at you niggas with another goddamn video today. So anyways, I have not uploaded a video in a very long ass fucking time. I know it's been pretty much exactly 3 weeks ago, okay? I have not uploaded a video, an actual video, in about 3 fucking weeks. Of course, I uploaded the video about me being at the Spurs game, but that's pretty much fucking it. So I'm finally back on NBA. I'm finally back on YouTube, and I don't even know what the fuck is gonna go on. I don't know if anybody's gonna watch this fucking video. I'm making this video on a Friday on purpose because I want to get as much views as possible, and there's gonna be a lot of games. And I was thinking about doing it yesterday, but of course there's only 2 fucking games yesterday, so might as well just go ahead and make this video on a Friday and upload this shit. So you already see it by the title. Now I'm gonna get to this shit really quick because I'm in a fucking hurry. I'm gonna try to make this video under 10 minutes, but you already see it by the title. We have top 5 most underrated NBA fucking teams. Literally a list that I just came up with a few minutes ago. Okay, literally just about 2 minutes ago, I made this fucking list, and we have it right here. Top 5 most underrated NBA teams in this bitch. Excuse me if my phone is fucking dying. And it didn't really take me that long to make this list, considering the fact that it was easy as hell. Because I couldn't really think of any other teams in the league other than 5 teams in the league being underrated, in my personal opinion. So anyways, and by the way, I have a lot of videos planned for the future. Expect that shit to come out in the future, about videos about, what the fuck was I gonna say? Making videos about, maybe I might make a video about Christmas Day predictions, and I undoubtedly will make videos about NBA trades and teams that need to get fucking traded, and videos of that fucking nature. So anyways, man, let me just go ahead and get started with this list. Hopefully I can get this video about 300 fucking views. But without further ado, as I said, I'm in a hurry. I'm gonna do this video right fucking quick, and the camera might cut off on me, and if it does, I'll just do the video all over again because I don't want to fucking merge that shit. So anyways, let me get started with this fucking list. My battery's at 3%, by the way. But based off of, okay, before I get into this shit, based off of considering the fact, okay, that it's been already 30 games this season. Hold up. It's already been 30 fucking games this season. I'm pretty sure that, despite me making projections on teams that will continue to be underrated, I have a feeling that this is going to be my official fucking list. Because when I made a video about top 5 most overrated teams, I mean, they might not be overrated for the rest of the season. You never fucking know. But right now, I'm actually making it official. I'm not going to change that fucking shit. So, as of right now, these are like my official fucking top 5 most underrated teams in the league so far. And it also has to do with a little bit of projections on how they will continue to be underrated as time goes by. And by the way, spoiler alert in this bitch, I did not put the fucking Dallas Mavericks on this shit. I was thinking about putting them on the list. I would probably put them on number 6 on the list if I could, but I did not put them. I would put them on number 6 on this list, but they're not on this list, considering the fact that they have Dennis Smith Jr. and DeAndre Jordan and this motherfucker Luka Doncic, who's obviously the rookie of the year so far, who's dropping 32 points every fucking game apparently. So I was thinking about putting the Mavericks on the list, but I fucking didn't. And no, okay, I have a feeling this video is going to be having the unpopular opinion, but no, I do not have fucking the Portland Trail Blazers on this list. I know a lot of people probably would think that they're underrated, but at this point, you cannot call Damian Lillard underrated for so long and have him still be underrated. Like, it's fucking ridiculous. But I'll get into that shit later. No, I don't have the Utah Jazz on this list. These are teams that I would put on the list, but they're actually either playing like garbage or people are not overlooking them anymore because they have some good player on the team. So that's why I have a feeling that people are going to disagree with this list, because these teams are literally so fucking underrated. That's another thing. The fucking list that I have is so underrated that people will not even think that they're underrated because they underestimate them so much. I have a feeling. So people are probably going to dislike this video because I didn't have the fucking Trailblazers on the fucking team. So anyways, let me get started with this fucking list. It's going to be a short ass video. Let me get started with this fucking list. So number 5, without further ado, I'm just going to get right on into it. Number 5 on this list, I have the Los Angeles fucking Clippers, my nigga. I have the Los Angeles Clippers for number 5 on this list. Now, here's the thing. Now, I know, okay, I think they won last night, okay? I was thinking about making this video yesterday, thank God I fucking didn't, but they won last night against the Dallas fucking Mavericks. They won last night against the Dallas Mavericks, and I was about to say, my nigga, I was thinking about not even putting this team on the list and putting the Mavericks instead, but thank God that they fucking won last night, because the Clippers, as of right now, they're playing like shit lately. They're not really looking good compared to how they did at the beginning of the season. But again, when I call a team underrated, it's based off the entire season. It's not just based off how they're currently playing. But right now, at number 5, I'm just going to have to go ahead and put the Los Angeles Clippers on this list, simply because whenever, and applies to many fucking teams, whenever there's a super team, okay, whenever a team has, a super team, has a few all-stars on the fucking team, and then they eventually leave, people underestimate the team no matter how many legitimate, elite, great fucking players are on the fucking team. Now, here's the thing. Right now, in the Western Conference, okay? The Clippers are not looking good. I think they're like at 6th or 7th seed right now. They're not really looking fucking good compared to how they did at the beginning of the season. But a few weeks ago, they were literally the best team in the entire Western fucking Conference. And nobody wanted to say anything about that shit. And I'm just thinking to myself, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Because you got Blake Griffin leaving. You got DeAndre Jordan leaving. All the hype goes away. CP3 obviously left 2 seasons ago. Everybody's just, you know, taking hype away from this fucking team. But they're still completely fucking legitimate, in my opinion, considering the fact that niggas like Patrick Beverley, who's still an elite fucking player, and if he wasn't dealing for injuries, people would respect him more. He's obviously one of the best defensive point guards in the league. You shout out to my nigga Patrick Beverley. You got Patrick Beverley. You have Luau Williams, who's literally, arguably, still the best 6th man in the league, other than Derrick Rose, even though I wouldn't technically disagree if it's Derrick Rose being the 6th man of the year, but I do still think he's overrated, but that's besides the point. But Luau Williams, you have Avery Bradley, who's again, one of the best perimeter defenders in the game. You got this motherfucker, Danilo Gallinari, okay, who has been an elite, underrated player for the past few fucking seasons, and you got this one, I don't even know how to pronounce this nigga's first name. Yeah, Tobias Harris also was another fucking elite player, I forgot to mention him, and you also have this motherfucker, his name is Harrell, okay, this guy, the big man down low, I think is a new fucking rookie and shit, playing amazingly, and they literally played up to the same exact fucking level as the Denver Nuggets this season. They literally played up to the exact same fucking level as the Denver Nuggets this season. So, my question is, why the fuck do people build hype around, you know, the Denver Nuggets, even though they just have, like, Paul Millsap and a bunch of elite players that are just as underrated as the players on the fucking Clippers, but people build hype around the Nuggets for playing well, but not when the fucking Clippers do it. The Clippers are the best, hold up. The Clippers are literally the best fucking team. They're literally the best team in LA right now. They're better than the Los Angeles Lakers. So number 5, I'm going to have to put them, but there was a point in the fucking season, a month and a half into the season, where the Clippers were playing better than the Nuggets. And they've been playing better than for the majority of the season. So I'm just wondering, why the fuck, even though the Nuggets are playing great right now, they're 21-9, I'm just wondering, why the fuck do people build hype around the fucking Nuggets and all the Trailblazers, but they never gave the Clippers the credit they deserve? Because that's what happens when Lob City, this fucking super team, goes away. That's what fucking happens. So anyways, I'm going to have to put them niggas at number 5 on this list, the Los Angeles Clippers. So number 4 on this list. Okay, this video is going to be longer than I expected. Number 4 on this list. This shit might cut me off, so I'm going to have to redo this video anyways. Number 4 on this fucking list. I have the Memphis motherfucking Grizzlies in this bitch. So here's the fucking thing, my nigga. All I gotta say for number 4 on this list is that the Memphis Grizzlies, if they don't deal with injuries, because they dealt with some injuries this season, if they do not deal with any type of fucking injury, they will play to the exact same fucking level, my nigga. The Memphis Grizzlies will play to the exact same level that they did back in 2015 and before that shit. Because if you've been watching basketball for the past 5 or so years, you would know that the Memphis Grizzlies have always been that fucking team that were able to give teams hell in the playoffs. Okay, 2011, going all the way back to 2011. Of course, they had Zebo, so they're not going to be as good. But before, Memphis Grizzlies, one of the best defensive teams in the league. 2011, taking the Thunder to 7. 2012, they got knocked out of the first round by the Clippers in 2012. 2013, making it all the way to the Western Conference Finals. 2014, taking a 3-2 lead against the Oklahoma City Thunder. Had to take a miracle game winner by Kevin Durant in Game 2 of that series just to win that shit. 2015, took a 2-1 lead against the NBA champions, Golden State Warriors, before they won the championship. They took a 2-1 lead on them niggas. So, people gotta realize that if this team stays healthy, they will go back to how they played to where they were able to compete against teams in the Western Conference, regardless of what seed they're. They can play the Warriors and give them fucking hell. So Memphis Grizzlies, I'm gonna have to have them on the list, and it's mainly because most people don't even realize that they're playing a lot better because of Mike fucking Conley. Okay, I don't know what the hell happened to this nigga within the past few seasons. We already know. Okay, ever since the 2015-2016 season, they've been playing like shit. So that's when everybody starts underlooking them, and they were an underrated team to begin with. But now they're fucking back. They have Mike Conley. Literally one of the, he's the new Damian Lillard, and that's what I was saying about fucking Damian Lillard in the beginning of the video, is that he's literally the new Damian Lillard in terms of being an all-star player, at least an all-star type player, but still not getting the fucking credit he deserves and still have people overlook them. So I'm gonna have to put the Memphis Grizzlies on number 4 on this list. Mike Conley is a fucking beast, and he is literally one of the most underrated players in the league right now, and they had a legitimate fucking record, but apparently they're having another fucking losing streak, which is why I feel like, you know, it's some bullshit that I put them on this fucking list, but for the majority of the season, they've actually been picking up the fucking pace, and people just don't give a fuck, or they just don't realize it. And Marc Gasol is back, and the team is basically healthy again, and they still have one of the best defenses in the league. So, number 4, I'm at to put the Memphis Grizzlies, simply because of the fact that they're overlooked, and they're literally, don't be surprised, if they go 6 seed, even if they get the 6th seed and play at the Lakers, for example, in the playoffs, they will take it to 6 games, and I can guarantee you that shit. So number 4, I'm going to have to put the Memphis Grizzlies on that bitch. So number 3 on this list, okay, this is probably the part. This is probably the fucking part where most people will fucking disagree with me. But number 3 on this list, I have the San Antonio Spurs, my nigga. I have the San Antonio Spurs for number 3 on this fucking list, my nigga. Now, again, another fucking team that I had on this list that I was thinking about not putting on that bitch, but considering the fact that I couldn't think of any other fucking team that's underrated, because all the other teams that people say are underrated aren't really underrated, in my opinion. But number 3, I'm gonna have to say the San Antonio Spurs of this bitch. Simply because the fucking Spurs. Okay, by the way, this isn't anything new. We already know, you know, I don't know what the fuck happened. It seems like ever since 2010, everyone started, you know, acting like the Spurs are an old-ass fucking team, you know, but that's besides the fucking point. But right now, people still think, okay, they really think, after basically their entire fucking team is gone, okay? If you look at the Spurs roster 2 years ago, you had Tim Duncan, well, he retired 2 years ago, but even before that shit, you had Tim Duncan, he's gone. Manu Ginobili, he's gone. Tony Parker, he's gone. Danny Green is gone. Kawhi Leonard is gone. You got all these fucking players, a bunch of new players, new foreign players coming into the NBA. Motherfuckers like, what's that nigga's name? His name is Poto or some shit like that who's on the Spurs. You got this nigga Covington. You got DeMar DeRozan, LaMarcus Aldridge. You got all these new fucking players, and then you have Patty Mills, who's literally the only player on the Spurs who has been there since the 2014 championship, and people still stigmatize the San Antonio Spurs and act like they're an old-ass fucking team. So I have a feeling that due to that fact, they're underrated by default, but it's mainly because of their fucking record. Now, right now, the Spurs are not looking good. I'm not going to lie about that shit. You know, the reason, okay, here's the main reason, okay? One of the reasons for why I think they're underrated is simply because the Spurs can literally beat any team in the NBA right now. And I'm saying it right the fuck now. The Spurs right now, most people disagree because they think the Spurs are trash and shit like that, even though they're basically in the middle of the Western Conference, and if they just had a few more wins than all the other fucking teams that are, you know, crammed in the Western Conference, they could have easily been like 5th seed right now. But let's just completely ignore that shit. Let me put it to you like this. People build more hype around the Houston Rockets than they do the Spurs. The Spurs are way better than the Rockets. Way better than them. They beat them at home. The Spurs can beat any team at home. They literally beat the overrated, overhyped fucking Los Angeles Lakers 3 times already. This fucking season, they already beat them 3 fucking times. Their record right now is 17-15. The only reason why they're fucking losing, they have damn near a losing record, is because they cannot win on the fucking road. Again, I'm not going to lie about that shit. DeMar DeRozan, this guy's completely fucking garbage compared to his expectation, compared to the expectation of him being the best shooting guard in the league, at least in the regular season. Completely playing like shit on the fucking road, not being consistent enough. The whole team's not being consistent enough, so that's why. But look at their fucking record right now. Right now, they're 15-12. Oh, wait, what's the fucking record? They're 7. Excuse me, my fucking camera cut off of me just like how I fucking predicted. But anyways, what I was saying, the San Antonio Spurs, literally, okay, they've been going on a run lately, okay? They've been winning like 7 out of their last 10 games. So I have a feeling at this point, of course, I think they're underrated by default, but by what I've just fucking said about them beating elite fucking teams and nobody giving a shit, beating the fucking Lakers 3 fucking times, and the Lakers are supposed to be like this championship fucking team, and that's besides the goddamn point. So we're talking about the San Antonio Spurs winning 7 out of their last 10 fucking games. So from what I'm going to say from now on is just speculation for why I think they're overrated, even though they've already been proven to be better than teams that are, you know, overrated in my opinion, like the Houston fucking Rockets and the Los Angeles Lakers to some extent. But, you know, but other than that, expect the San Antonio Spurs to get their fucking shit together and actually play a lot better. Because this motherfucker, I think his name Poto. Okay, this random ass motherfucker. You got Poto, Domantas Sabonis, which I can't even distinguish between the two of these niggas, dropping 30 fucking points. I think they both had 30 fucking points. They're only going to thrive through the Spurs system. And that's another thing. The Spurs, regardless of what you want to say about them, they still have the most consistent franchise in NBA history. And the younger players that need more experience will have no more of a better opportunity than developing as a player in San Antonio. And that's already been a proven fact with Greg Popovich, who's one of the greatest coaches in NBA history, in my opinion, or the greatest coach in NBA history. We never fucking know. But other than that, and then you have a bunch of fucking talent and players that are supposed to be stars that could potentially play better, like LaMarcus Aldridge. As I fucking said, LaMarcus Aldridge, I mean, of course, you know, he's not playing better than expectation, but we already know he's a little bitch in the fourth quarter, and I still think he's going to choke like a bitch in the fourth quarter in the playoffs. But other than that, LaMarcus Aldridge is actually playing better than I expected this season, considering the fact that DeMar DeRozan was supposed to be the one playing better. But I've seen in plenty of instances where LaMarcus Aldridge plays way better than this nigga DeMar DeRozan. So all I gotta say is that I have a feeling that they're getting their shit together, and once they win even more games from this point on, expect their franchise, expect the momentum to thrive, and expect them to actually play not only better than the Houston Rockets, not only better than the Los Angeles Lakers, if they don't progress and they continue to choke like little bitches and they have a bunch of, you know, unsatisfactory players. Expect them to be better than the Los Angeles Lakers, and expect them to potentially even make it up to the 4th seed in the playoffs if they actually keep their hopes up. But I'm not going to put that much optimism on the Spurs and act like that's going to actually happen. But if it does happen, I fucking called it right here. So number 3, I'm going to have to put the Spurs on this list for underrated, because they are underrated to begin with. But what I just said is speculation for the future. But that's number 3. Number 2 on this fucking list. Now, oh my fucking god, people are going to disagree with me like fuck on this shit. So number 2 on this shit, okay? Number 2 on this fucking list, I have the I got the Detroit fucking Pistons, my nigga. I have the Detroit fucking Pistons on this goddamn list. So another fucking team on this list that basically lost 7 out of their last 10 fucking games. And also, I forgot, you know, honorable mentions. Okay, honorable mentions, I mentioned the Dallas Mavericks. And another honorable mention is the fucking Sacramento Kings. You know, they actually playing a lot better than I fucking expected. People don't really give a fuck, but they're not going to surpass mediocrity, so I didn't put them on the fucking list anyway. And what was the other fucking honorable mention? I fucking forgot. But number 2 on this list, I'm going to have to put the Detroit fucking Pistons on this list. Now, words can't even describe how underrated this team is. Okay, well, it's easy to understand why, and I was expecting them to be underrated, you know, but any sensible basketball fan, why the fuck do you not give this team the credit that they actually deserve? Now, I know that they're just the, you know, barely above 500 fucking team, you know what I'm saying? They're not really, you know, that fucking good and shit like that. But my nigga, Blake Griffin, why doesn't anybody even want to mention this shit? Blake Griffin is playing his best basketball that he's ever played in his entire fucking career. After all that shit, well, maybe not the best basketball individually, but in terms of helping his team win, Blake Griffin has been playing his best basketball in his entire fucking career. And Blake Griffin has been overrated for most of his fucking career. Piggybacking. This motherfucker was literally piggybacking off of Chris Paul. You know what I'm saying? And making the playoffs. Not doing shit in the playoffs. Not helping his team win shit. And it was evident by last season. He was losing all of his fucking games last season before he got traded to the Clippers. I mean, before he got traded to the Pistons. But as soon as he gets traded to the Pistons, an overrated player who's known for flashy fucking dunks, overrated as fuck, goes to the Pistons, plays the best basketball, and helps his team win more than he's ever done in his entire career, does not get the credit he deserves? Like, for example, I know, and by the way, this isn't just me coming up with this shit. I noticed this shit ever since the season started, my nigga. Ever since the beginning of the season started, Blake Griffin literally dropped 50 fucking points. 50! He had 50 points. And he had plenty of games where he had 20 points and 20 rebounds. But he had 50 fucking points against the Philadelphia 76ers. And Philadelphia 76ers is another team that's hyped up way too much. You know what I'm saying? But Blake Griffin drops 50 points on him and nobody gives a fuck. Nobody gives a damn. And of course you have, you know, underrated players on a team like Reggie Jackson. And then you got Andre Drummond, which I don't know why the fuck people don't give Andre Drummond the credit he deserves. Can literally give you a double-double on any night, averages a double-double, gets you 20 points, 20 fucking rebounds. You got players like Greg Monroe, all of these motherfuckers on a fucking team. You have a lot of talent, okay? You have a lot of fucking talent on that team that gets overlooked because they're just no more than just, you know, average fucking decent players that aren't all-stars, but they're really great role players and, you know, really great two-way players, but nobody really wants to give a fuck about them because they're not actually a star. Same thing with the players on the fucking Clippers. But, so, by default, they're underrated, but Blake Griffin, the fact that people do not give this motherfucker the credit he deserves is just astounding to me, okay? It is literally fucking astounding to me, and I know they've been on a fucking losing streak, but they beat the fucking Minnesota Timberwolves, where Derrick Rose dropped 33 points, but nobody gives a damn. They only cared about the fact that Derrick Rose dropped 33 points, so I don't fucking understand that shit. But anyways, I'm gonna have to put the Pistons on this list. And of course, people don't expect the Pistons to actually play well because they've been really disappointing before Blake Griffin came in. They've been really disappointing. They actually had a lot of talent on their fucking team, and then they only made it to the 8th seed. But right now, this season, again, don't be surprised if they get the 5th seed. Don't be surprised if they take the Philadelphia 76ers to 6 or 7 games. Well, maybe not the Sixers because they have Jimmy Butler now, but don't be surprised if they take the Celtics to 7. And they've been playing way better than the Celtics for most of the season. They've been playing nearly on the same level that the Sixers have played this season before Jimmy Butler came. So I don't understand why people don't give this team the credit they deserve. So I'm going to have to put them at number 2 on this. But number one on this bitch, to finish things off, I cannot believe that this team does not get the credit they fucking deserve. I cannot believe that. Why? Again, I can believe this shit, but I don't understand why people don't give them the credit they deserve. But number 1 on this list, I'm gonna have to put the Indiana fucking Pacers in this bitch. I'm gonna have to put the Indiana Pacers in this bitch. And it's pretty fucking simple to understand. Hold up. First off, I know Victor Oladipo's been dealing with fucking injury problems, but still, the Indiana fucking Pacers, 20-12 this season. 4th seed in the Eastern Conference. Literally has been playing better. They literally have, well, not been playing better, but they've been playing to the exact same level that the Philadelphia 76ers had all fucking season, within this entire season. The Indiana Pacers has been playing on the same exact level as the Philadelphia 76ers. Been playing better than the fucking Boston Celtics, even when the Boston Celtics are finally getting out of their weird-ass fucking slump that they were in at the beginning of the season. Playing more consistent than the Sixers and the Boston Celtics. Literally. Okay, why the fuck don't people give this team the credit they deserve? I do not know. Again, it's probably considering the fact that they do not have that many star players. The only notable players you have on the fucking team is, you know, you have an underrated fucking rookie on that team, but of course you have Victor Oladipo. So you literally have Victor Oladipo and just Miles Turner. That's it. Like, those are the only notable players on the fucking team. And again, everybody else is just average fucking players, or players that people perceive as fucking average when they're actually better than they are. And they have a better core of defense. And they have, you know, even more, they have a better structured, a more consistent structured fucking team. But people completely want to ignore that shit. Just because there's not a fucking star player. Then you have Victor Oladipo, who has been dealing with fucking injuries. So I don't understand how a team can play just as good as the overhyped fucking Philadelphia 76ers and more consistent than them. And then even when you bring Jimmy Butler on the fucking team, they still don't play to a better extent than they do. And then you go get the fucking Boston Celtics, and then they play more consistent and better than them all season. And be 4th seed in the Eastern Conference can easily be 3rd seed in the Eastern Conference by the end of the season. And nobody gives a fucking shit about it and act like, you know, the Pacers are fucking garbage. But they've been literally the more... Besides the Toronto Raptors and the Milwaukee Bucks, obviously, because they're 1st and 2nd seed. Besides the Raptors and the fucking Milwaukee Bucks, they've been the most consistent team in the Eastern Conference. Without a star player, other than Victor Oladipo. You know what I'm saying? Not any more legitimate star players. And if you want to ask me, if you want to compare it to the Western Conference, they've been playing way better than the Lakers all season. They've been playing better than the fucking... What's that team? What the fuck? I just completely forgot about what I was just going to say. But they've been playing better than the Lakers all season. Playing better than the Thunder all season. And everybody wants to hype up the Thunder because of Russell Westbrook, but it's really because of Paul George. You know what I'm saying? So, if you take a player that only has one All-Star, and then you give them a team that's just as good as all the other fucking teams that are hyped in the league, that have superstars, multiple stars on the fucking team, you're telling me they're going to be just as good as that? And on top of that, they don't get the credit they deserve? That is obviously the most underrated team in the fucking league. So that's number 5 on this video, 20 minutes long. But anyways, man, I always make these videos long as fuck. So anyways, a recap of the list. Number 5, I have the LA Clippers. Number 4, I have the Memphis Grizzlies. Number 3, I have the San Antonio Spurs. Number 2, I have the Detroit Pistons. And number 1, I have the Indiana Pacers. Anyway, tell me to get a comment section of this shit. Disagree with me all you want just because I didn't put the Portland Trail Blazers or the Dallas Mavericks or the Utah Jazz on this. Anyways, man, it's your boy, the Sauce Man. I'm checking the fucking out of your. Peace.